Hey, what's up, guys? Coach Jesse Minch, also known as Snake.
Coach Jason Chudy, also known as Kicks.
Got another sneaker review for you today. It's top secret. I don't know what it is, so let's break it up.
Let's do it.
Oh!
Since we just kind of were talking about this a little bit before. This is the Run the One. It is, I was thinking about calling it the James Harden, but it's not quite the James Harden, but aesthetically, I love the shoe. It's such a win for me. I always like that kind of KD. It's almost like a knockoff kind of KD, like a poor man's KD version. So the bottoms of these is a little bit kind of Kobe reminiscent, but it's basically the exact same bottom from last year that James Harden wore, the Nike Crusader. Him and Paul George kind of had their little signature kind of shoes. So it's basically the exact same bottom of that, except for it only has front zoom. It does not have zoom in the heel, which is definitely weird when you first try it on. And I never had that kind of feeling of like just cushion in the front. Like usually you're used to like your zoom in the heel or Air Max in the heel, but to have like something almost flat in the back and then a little propped up in the front was definitely weird.
I'm not positive. I think that's what they did with the new Kyries. I think they had fill in the back and zoom in the front.
Okay, so maybe that's a new thing that they're going to. I didn't like it. I maybe the more that I would use them. I've only used these a couple times on the court. Maybe the more that I would use it, I would get more used to it, because you do play obviously a little bit more on your toes and everything, but it just felt like I was off balance a little. As a low top, I'm not a super huge fan of low tops, but I was such a fan of the design and everything that I went with this. It reminds me so much of struggling to get the hyper revs on. This whole thing is basically one form. It doesn't have a tongue. It's very reminiscent to the bottom, basically without the strap of the hyper rev, or like a Hirachi bottom. Getting into it as a low top. It does keep you a little bit warm in it when you're playing in it, because it doesn't have any ventilation really in here. It has all the ventilation really on the sides, which is nice. But overall, I thought it was pretty warm for a low top. So there's a couple of things I'm kind of ripping apart on this, and maybe it's just because I don't like low tops as much. But it also does dig a little bit. And like I said, I've only used these a handful of times on court. I think it's just more I'm used to having something a little bit higher. But I know you wear more low tops. Have you ever noticed something digging in on your side? Because usually, you have that extra stability up in here where something's pressing on.
From time to time, but yeah, it's been a while since I played in low tops.
Yeah, but not too many low tops have that all-in-one structure. Yeah. So I think that's definitely a difference for that. But also the grip. I think the best thing about this shoe, besides the aesthetics, is the grip. The grip's phenomenal on this. It's got like a weird tribal kind of wacky. I couldn't even describe it. It's not herringbone. It's almost like
it's like a maze.
It is like a little bit of maze.
Christmas tree maze
on the bottom. So definitely the grip is awesome, and I like how Nike's been pulling that grip onto the side, especially for more guard kind of oriented shoes, because you're always kind of on your toes and on that side. So that I definitely like, and you can feel too. I'd probably give this about like a 7.5. Honestly, and I was hoping for like a 9, just because it was something different for me. Not only style, but it was a low top, and I thought I was really gonna like it. I've only had one other low top that I really like, and it was an older one, so I was looking for an updated one. But this wasn't it for me. It does help you a little bit in the tongue to get it in, get your foot in with that little pull tab. The laces are thinner. They're not your traditional thick, like old school laces. They're kind of more the rope design. It's got kind of like fly wire-ish in the upper. Again, this is kind of I guess like a knockoff or a poor man's KD. So it's not gonna have all the bells and whistles that everything has, but it's still got, pretty good performance. I do like that it doesn't have the actual fly wire. It's got kind of these like imitation ones.
I hate
but
wire.
as we've learned, those things break.
I'm to the point where I hate fly wire.
Of the fly wires. So these, I don't tie my shoes as tight, but I would very doubt that these would rip off. So my last kind of rip on the shoe is kind of the toe bending in here. It's a little too cardboardy up here. If you kind of see that upper, but when it bends, it kind of creases, and that frustrates me That's why I like more kind of like that, the more cloth like of the Hyper Rev or the Hyper Fuse. That's more kind of clothy webbing, where this is more, I guess, almost like more like a LeBron or a Hyper Dunk. So all in all, I was kind of depressed in this shoe. I really do like the aesthetics of it. Like I said, about a 7.5 for me. Fit, true to size. Get a 10.5, get a 10.5. That is the Run the One.
If you guys thought this video was helpful, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. That's the best way to catch the newest tips, tutorials, sneaker reviews, gear reviews, all the other crazy stuff coming up for you guys on this channel. And if you haven't yet, of course, head over to gethandles.com. Get your free ball handling workout and guide. 100% free, no credit card required, anything like that. You just pop in your email and I send it to you instantly. It'll help take your game and, of course, your handles to the next level. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.